Do birds suddenly appear every time you are near? Just like me, they long to be close to you. Hey everybody, I hope you are doing good tonight. I'm Dr. Willie Jolley, and this is my beautiful bride.
This is Dee.
We're the authors of the book, Make Love, Make Money, Make It Last, 10 Secrets to Shape a Great Marriage. I want to thank you for joining us tonight. And I want to thank all of you who make this part of your weekly routine. And those who are new, we want to say welcome, welcome, welcome. And wherever you may be around the country, around the world, whether you're watching live or whether you're watching on our replay on the YouTube channel, we want to greet you and say thank you. And we're glad you're here. We are blessed to be able to have been married going on 39 years in June, and haven't had an argument in over 37 years. So we found some principles that work. Okay, let's go into this topic because this is an important topic. Rebuilding trust. How to rebuild trust once it's lost. And this happens every day in relationships. People make a mistake, take some action, say something, do something that shatters the trust that's been built up. And our vice president of marketing said something to us today as we were talking about this topic. She said, trust is built in drops and is lost in buckets. Ooh, that's good. That's so good. Thank you, Cheryl. And so she's right. It takes little by little by little by little by little to build trust, and it can go like that. I mean, it can go in an instant. So that's why you have to first be careful to maintain trust, but and do things that.
What is trust? Maybe she does. What is trust?
Aren't you done? I'm sure you have done.
No.
I'm shocked. It's a confidence. Trust is a confidence. I got a, they have these new trials and active exercises to build trust, where a person falls back, says trust the people, and you fall back.
That the person will catch you.
That the people will catch you. It's supposed to be a group of people that's building trust in teams. Fall back like you're just falling back. Now, the funny commercial on television, Shaquille O'Neal, they say, come on, trust, and he falls forward. That was funny. But trust is a confidence that you can depend on someone or something.
Or something that you believe in, that you know will be there, like you trust that the seat will hold you.
That's right.
So you don't test it?
You don't test the seat when you go to sit in a seat. You trust it will do what it was created to do, and it will hold your weight. And you trust the airline when you get on the airline, that the pilot is able to take you from point A to B safely. You don't go check his credentials. You don't ask how long he's been flying. You trust that they would hire somebody. I'll give you another one. Often people get hired at a company, and a company says you will get paid 2 weeks or a month after you start working. And they go on that trust that the person will do.
Confidence that the organization will keep their word.
They will keep their word. So trust is important, that people are honest and open and tell the truth. And then also that they do what they say they're going to do.
I think what's really sticky, though, is in relationships, when you're talking about that.
It's very sticky, because trust can be altered so quickly. And then sometimes in relationships, there's imaginary issues that people make assumptions because they're not communicating. And they imagine stuff that's not there. Okay, and so we have to help people understand that trust is a process, and it is a confidence, and it is a belief that this thing, this person, this situation will have integrity. And I use the word integrity because I heard my friend Eric Broyle say something in his recent speech. He said his father worked in the steel mill. Mm-hmm. And he said, we make steel that has to have integrity to stand up under pressure. If it's got flaws in it and has no integrity, it will bend, crack, and fail. How do you like that?
That's good. Bend, crack, or crumble.
Or crumble. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Fail, crumble.
Okay. So apart. In terms of relationships, now I investigated, did some background research just in terms of trust. Mm-hmm. And much about trust refers to jobs, employment. So I have to dig deeper to see what happens when you deal with trust as it relates to people. Because I think much of the frustration in terms of relationships and in terms of definitely with social media and everything that's out today deals with individuals.
Yes. Yes.
And one,
by the way, you look mighty cute tonight.
Thank you.
Anyway.
And some of the most of the books that you find refer to trust and building it in the work environment.
Okay, that's correct. But what about relationships? Really, I want to talk about relationships. Yes. So, a couple things. I did my research too.
Oh, great.
Rebuilding trust.
One, Brene Brown. Mm-hmm. Brene Brown is an author, and one of the books is what is the book? She has written quite a bit about developing trust. So she talks about trust. Where is it? In relationship to vulnerability.
Well, what about that though? I mean, trust and what does that mean?
And that in order to trust someone, you have to allow yourself to be vulnerable. What do you think about that?
Well, I guess there's some truth to that. You have to, again, that trust exercise. You gotta be willing to fall back.
You have to be willing to let go with the assumption that the person is going to catch you.
The person is going to catch you and do what they said.
The one that you love, the one that you support, who said that they're going to do something, that they're going to do it. So
and if they don't,
you choose to be vulnerable because you have to choose to trust them.
Trust your car. I've had over the years, we've had automobiles that failed us, and I lost trust in them.
And you get rid of them.
Yes.
But unfortunately, you don't normally get rid of the person.
Well, I didn't get rid of the car I really liked when it had a failure, but I did make a point to be wiser. Old saying.
Be wiser with what?
Be wiser in how I operate with it. In other words, I see a charging station, I don't go by it anymore.
Oh, that's because you have an electric car.
Right.
Oh, okay.
All right. Here's another one. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. And what that means is a lot of people get fooled. We're talking about recently. A lot of these scams that are on romance scams and so forth, people getting fooled because they're getting conned. And so what we want to tell people to do is be careful, be wise, and don't give your trust or vulnerability to people you don't know, you don't have a relationship with, and particularly don't give no money to them.
Who is not been tested. So now I think we used to say trust and verify.
There's a
so
political
now
statement.
We're saying
trust but verify.
But now it's verify then trust. Okay. Yeah. So what happens when that trust is broken? So So whatever it is.
Now let's talk about what do we do. Okay. Let's go on to in relationships when the couple or person in a relationship violates the trust.
I think pretty common, which is what we talk about in building relationships, is that you have to have communication.
Oh, you know what? We got some same things.
Some of the same things?
Yes.
So we have to communicate.
Okay.
That
So
seems to be universal. We
so
say
first though,
relationship.
so if you've had something that you have broken the trust of your mate, remember trust takes time to rebuild. It's
You've
something.
been burnt, like putting
Well,
your hand
oh well,
on
we've
the
been.
stove, and so you're
Is
going to
it?
be extremely cautious.
Yes, and you're going to be cautious, there's a crack in the relationship due to trust. So, well, number one, the person who committed the offense, who lost the trust, must first acknowledge the breach. I messed up.
Okay.
I mean, acknowledge the breach is to acknowledge that I did mess up. Isn't that what it means?
Yes.
What were you going to say?
I was going to say sometimes you don't want to acknowledge it.
You don't. You don't want not sometimes, but that's the first step to building the trust. You don't want to do nothing. Okay, a lot of people don't want to compromise in relationships. They don't want to listen. They don't want to be wrong. Sometimes.
They want to be right all the time.
Yes, but you can't build a relationship when you're right all the time, when you're not communicating, when you're not open, when you're not acknowledging that maybe I played a part. Okay, so that's acknowledge the breach. I acknowledge.
I said it, I did it, whatever it is.
Take responsibility.
Okay.
All right, take some responsibility. Number two, open communications. You got to have.
It's interesting that in everything that we deal with,
everything
to,
is built on communication.
And it can just wear you out.
But that's the key to any great relationship is open and honest communications. Not cruel honesty, but loving honesty.
Cruel honesty says
I'm gonna go tell
that
you
what?
No, go ahead. I was going to give you an example. But go ahead.
Okay. I was going to say that cruel honesty says you know how you're saying it, that how you're saying it will hurt the other person.
Yeah, it's not always what you say, it's how you say it. So be caring, be kind. I think that's the word we want to use.
Yes.
Be kind in your communications.
So you have to.
When I was singing, new speaking after being a jazz singer, and sometimes I'd make a jazz move as a speaker. In other words, with jazz, I'm improvising, I'm making it up as I go. I'd be all over the place. But when I was speaking, there has to be some logical flow. And sometimes I will be speaking, and I make a left turn without giving a turn signal. And my beautiful bride would say afterwards, "You were really good tonight, really good." I would say, though, here's what you might want to think about before you make that turn. Give them some context. And she would nicely say it, so my feeling wouldn't be hurt. Because look, I'm new at this. I'm new at speaking. I'm not confident, and she knew that. So
because I would give advice. Because.
So Brianna says, so when people have failed a relationship, is it because they don't trust themselves in their process? No, a number of reasons why people don't fail. Most of the reasons, look, in the book, we say that people fail relationships fail. Rather than people failing, relationships fail for one of three reasons. One, sex, too much, too little. Money, too much, too little. Communications. There's almost never too much communication. It's almost always too little. So you have to.
And it is crucial that we say it's how you say whatever it is.
Right. How you say whatever it is. And I see Landa Pat jumped on. She wants to be in a live, but then the people over there won't be able to see you because only you IG people. We got a whole ecosystem here. But send it by text. I'll read what you're going to say because I'm sure it's going to be profound. Because you join us every week. I just want to make sure everybody gets access to whatever you're going to say. Okay.
So we'll repeat.
Yeah, we'll repeat it because I want the Facebook, the LinkedIn, the Twitter, and everybody else on YouTube. And we'll only get access to IG people. But So,
As
okay.
much social media options as we have out here, the number one challenge is still how we say whatever we're going to say to another person.
Right. That's right. Third thing, be consistent. Once you're rebuilding your trust, be consistent. You can't have any slip ups. You can't have
So, in other words, you got to keep your word.
Got to keep your word. Keep your word. Keep your word. Keep your word. Don't, and remember, it's built back and drops, little drops, being consistent. Drop, build, because it's lost in buckets. So, little bit. Be consistent. And have reliability. Your words and actions over time. It's not going to be quick.
So if you say you're going to pick me up, if you say you're going to do whatever it is, I should be able to take that to the bank.
Take it to the bank.
And if you say you got me,
take it to the bank. I got you. And did I tell you I had you? When you, I wrote about it today. I'm working on a new book. Rich is good, wealthy is better. It should be finished in the next week or so. And I'm talking about home ownership as one of the foundational keys to success. Truist Bank, by the way, is my sponsor on my XM show. I'm gonna give them a shout out. And they are focused on home ownership and getting people into homes. But when we got married, Dee wanted to get an apartment. And I said, no, I don't want to get an apartment because
I'm cheap.
I'm cheap, and that money is not building any equity. I didn't know a lot about money management, but I knew
he didn't even know the word equity then. He said, "Let's save. I want to save."
Well, I know that I wasn't going to get anything out of that. Now I wasn't sophisticated, but I had some basic knowledge of principles, and so I said, "No, let's save money and buy a home," because I did believe that the difference between a rental payment and a mortgage payment is a down payment. The only difference between a rental payment and a mortgage payment is a down payment. So
if you don't have a down payment,
you got to make a rental payment before you can make a mortgage payment. So I said, let's do this. Let me make you a deal. We made a deal. I said, if you will live in my mother's attic, a third floor attic, fourth floor attic, basement, first floor, second floor. Okay, third floor. Third floor attic that did not have a bathroom on it. And only bathroom was down a really narrow set of steps.
From the
attic. But if you do it for a year, I'll buy you a house. She was skeptical. She questioned it for a while, but she finally said, okay.
Now you're saying I was skeptical and I questioned it. I didn't give you
any grief.
Any grief or any pushback. But I was like, oh, okay, all right.
I mean, but not that I wouldn't be able to do it, but this whole thing of living in my mama's attic. Okay. And so we did it.
In one little room.
And a year later, we moved into our home. And
we still live in.
That's right. We've renovated it many times, but we love this home. And
so that was trust.
That was trust.
I trusted you.
Yep.
We didn't have a really fancy plan or anything. We just living in your mama's attic, and we're gonna save our money.
Right.
It's that simple. So, okay.
Right.
And
so we did it
together.
Right. We worked together. You worked in a law firm. I did multiple gigs, every kind of gig I could do, because I wasn't speaking.
He sang for his supper.
I was singing in nightclubs. I was singing for bar mitzvahs. I was singing for jingles. I was singing for recording sessions. I was singing for everything. I was making money. I was working hard and selling my cassette tapes at the end of my speech. My shows.
So now we're more sophisticated, I think, in the sense that we're like, well, that what we were actually doing, we didn't realize it, is that we were setting a goal.
That's right.
And then we had the action plan.
Had a plan to get there. So, but it was the consistency of reliability. You learn to rely on me. And from that day to this, when I tell you we're gonna get something done, she said, let's do it. Cool. I trust you. Okay. So that's
that trust was developed little by little over time.
Right.
Whatever you said you would do, this is what we're going to do. Then I was like, oh, okay.
Okay,
we're
next.
all in. We will work together on that.
Next is accountability. Take accountability for your actions. If you messed up, be willing to apologize.
You know, that's another hurdle. We say that, but it's hard for people to.
It's real hard for
hard
people
to say I'm sorry, but you know what? The more you practice it, the more you say it, the more you can do it,
Right.
and to be quick about it.
Right. That's right. So,
forgive me.
Please forgive me. Will you accept my apology? Okay. Be
And
sincere.
that doesn't happen because pride oftentimes gets in the way.
There you go. Next is rebuild rapport.
How do you do that?
That's after people's feelings are hurt, you got to rebuild the connection. Talking, listening, going through.
Listening more than talking.
Much more, twice as much. 2 ears, 1 mouth, twice as much as listening as talking.
And listen so that you can LQC.
Listen, question, clarify. Listen.
That's so major. We've talked about that for years.
Did you mean, oh, you didn't mean this or that. You mean, oh, clarify. Listen.
That's one of the
Did you mean that? Oh, you didn't mean that. No. Oh, go ahead.
That's one of the things that made Stephen Covey so popular.
Yes. Seek first to understand, then speak, then seek to be understood. Seek first to understand.
Which means you have to question.
Then
which
seek
means you didn't have to unpack. And oftentimes we have to take a deep breath to listen.
That's right.
So that you can understand.
That's right. Next is setting boundaries. Clear boundaries. And one thing we say to couples when we have mentoring conversations, what's below the belt? What things hurt feelings? Don't go there. Don't go there.
So there might be certain things that you're not going to say.
There's certain things you should, but you need to know what they are.
And don't raise the hair on the back of somebody's neck.
Yeah, so that's why you got to have
sends them off the deep end,
boundaries.
and then they don't hear anything else that you have to say.
That's right. What are the boundaries? Don't go there. Whatever the boundary is, stay within the boundary. Don't go there. Clear boundaries and expectations moving forward to prevent future misunderstandings.
How do you know expectations?
What are the expectations? What do you expect?
Here is what I'm looking for you to do.
Yeah. My. Okay. The next one is patience and understanding. And this one is hard because people often want things done now. We were often used to want things done now. But we have to learn how to have patience. Patience and understanding.
How do you get patience? Sometimes you have to count to 10. Sometimes you
patience.
really have to but
patience is the willingness to create a new skill set.
Wants everything quick, fast, in a hurry, and it doesn't necessarily happen that way.
No, it does not. And we've had to learn have patience in building our business, patience in writing good books. I remember a guy called me one time and said, "Man, we could be pushing out a book every month for you, man. We get some ghostwriters and you just put your name to it." I said, "No, I don't do that. I painstakingly type each word in the book, and it takes time. I won't do it. It takes patience. I have to develop it to do the patience, and then understand. You got to have the understanding to say, please help me see."
I think you have to reveal, when you say that, I think it means you have to reveal your heart.
There you go. Open your heart up and be open and say, we do that every day. I give you my heart. I'm struggling with something. And you listen. And you give me your opinion. We talk about a lot of stuff. Okay? We talk about everything. Let me just say that. We talk about everything to each other. In this house, it's only between us, but we talk about everything. Okay. Then seek support. Consider support from a third party, a trusted third party, such as a counselor, a mediator, a mentor, to facilitate, to help you in rebuilding the trust.
And when you're really stuck, that might be high up on the list. That we need a third party to to mediate,
Yep.
to help us get communicating.
That's right.
Because we're stuck.
That's right. Then show growth. I'm growing. It might be little, but give me. Can you see me growing? Can you see me? Did I make up the bed? Did I move my shoes? Did you see that?
Yes.
Did I close the door?
Yes.
Okay. That's little things. Okay, little.
And when you do those things, I reward you.
All right, and then forgiveness. This is the one I wanted to get to. Be open to forgiveness, both forgiving yourself and others. Forgive. You got to be willing to forgive. If somebody hurt you, forgive. Be willing to forgive them. If they're showing effort, forgive them. Holding grudges is not a good thing.
But I think even if you have to be in a forgiving mood, because and that's hard, because it only hurts you. It's got, what is it when you're taking poison?
When you drink poison, trying to kill the other person. You only kill yourself.
Because anger and resentment causes physical harm.
That's right. And it's a distraction. You get distracted because all you focus on is that person or that situation that you can't forgive. Let it go. It helps you. It heals you. I've let so much stuff go. Just let it go. God bless them. Bless them. I ain't got time for that. I'm not worried about that. I got too many other things that God is blessing me with. So I hope these things helped you. Well, we're almost out of time. I hope they helped you.
Okay. Yes. Well, let me just summarize. Here are some like that, but just some additional tips. Like you might say straight talk. We're talking about the communication.
Well, that goes back to our 4Fs. Be friendly. Be frank about your feelings. Not mirry or query or
not the awful things that the person did.
No. Here's how that makes me feel.
Yes.
Just say how it makes me feel. Not what you did or that.
So with all of that, what you're really doing is also showing respect.
Right. And that's respect. So be friendly, be frank about your feelings. Tell us about how it made you feel. Be fair. You must be fair and listen to the other side. And respect that. When you play basketball, we say it in the book, on the street, you've never played street ball.
I have never played, no.
But in street ball, on a court in a city, it's called respect the call. So I'm going up for a shot, and the other guy going up for a shot, and I think about blocking it, but I pull back. But he says foul. Why did foul you? Foul. Whether you agree with it or not, once somebody calls foul, you must respect the call on the street ball. There's no referee there. You might not like it, but respect the call.
So this is how the game is played.
That's how it's played. And that's like a fundamental on the court that every court in America that's urban, outside court, respect the call. Somebody calls foul. I didn't foul. Everybody knows that's etiquette on the court. And then forgiveness. I want to get back. Okay, look, our time is up.
You want to go back to forgiveness?
No, I just want to make sure. We got to move on. Our time's up.
Friendly,
frank, fair, and be focused on a win-win. Focus on a win-win.
Because you don't want to kill your partner.
No, you don't want to kill the other part of this friendship, relationship, whatever's building. Love, a relationship, whatever it is. Marriage, I don't care what it is. It's a relationship, business relationship, win-win. Let's figure out a win-win. You're welcome, Jerome Washington. Thank you, Brianna, Mo, all the others, the Red Rob, Leo's Jazz 82, Landa Pack. Thank you, Carol Lee Jenkins, all of the people who are jumping on, and all those who watch on YouTube. We respect you. We appreciate you. Please share with everybody. By the way, if you're in the Washington, D.C. area, one-man show this Saturday. I'm doing my one-man show. Thank you, Gladys Pemberton. I'm getting ready to give Gladys a shout out. Her and Ron. They're in the book. Make Love, Make Money, Make It Last. Everybody should have 2 copies of this book in your home. One for you and your significant other, and one after the 2 of y'all have read to give to somebody else. But my one-man show is this Saturday. at 7 o'clock in DC, go to thecomebackshow.com. Thecomebackshow.com. It is going to be music, motivation, inspiration, entertainment, education, uplift, comedy. Someone said it's like, one of the people came and said it's like going to a concert, a comedy show, a motivational seminar, and a church service all wrapped up. I said, praise the Lord. So this Saturday, we're doing it one show only. Join us this Saturday at 7 o'clock, thecomebackshow.com. Go get your tickets. Well, that's it for us today.
Yes, dear.
You look beautiful.
Thank you, dear.
I think I'll keep you.
I'll cuddle up to you later.
Ooh. Have a great evening. We're going out on my music from the One Man Show, close to you. See you later. Have a great
Jolley
evening.
out.
Jolley out. Here we go. Why do birds suddenly appear every time you are near? Just like me, they long to be close to you.